Alright, you guys, so good morning. Sorry, turning off my phone. Alright, so good morning, you guys. I am getting ready for the day. I have a couple of videos to film. Today we're going to be testing out the Benefit Hello Happy. This is their new Air Stick Foundation that I just happened to receive in the mail. I wanted to try out this foundation. It is a stick foundation. I am not the biggest fan of stick foundations. I have tried different ones from different brands, and the only one that's ever worked for me was the Vanish stick foundation from Hourglass years ago. But I never repurchased it because I was always having to mix two shades, and they are very expensive to begin with, and I wasn't about to pay that much money for two stick foundations. It is a weightless, buildable, medium coverage that is supposed to be waterproof and is 16-hour wear. Long wear formula. It's got an SPF of 20 and it's a natural finish. This does retail for $32 and they do have, I believe, 12 shades. The one thing that I have found with Benefit is their shade range is not always the best, and I'm sure we know that already. But there are a few shades that I do tend to work for me in their collection. I'm going to go ahead and just show that to you guys really quickly. So they do have 12 shades available. So they did send over 4 through 7. And Benefit usually does this, like they will ask you what your shade preference is, and then they'll usually send you an assortment of shades in that spectrum. Here is what they look like. They are really cute packaging, I will give them that. They have little smiley faces on the sticks. So it is 8.5 grams or 0.3, it is 0.3 ounces. So there you have shade 6. That's actually really light in comparison to what I had expected. So that there is shade 6. That might actually work for me right now since I am a little bit more tan. As you can see, that might actually work for me. All right, and there you have shade number 7. So here's 6, here's 7. 7 is a lot darker. You can definitely see that shade 6 has got more pinkish tone than 7. I'm gonna swatch shade 5 just in case, because now I'm looking at this and I'm like, ooh, I thought that I wouldn't be that dark. This actually, shade 5 might actually work for me. I think that's gonna work the best. Let's see if I can, I'm trying to put it right here, but you can see. So there you have shade 5. I actually think shade 5 is gonna work for me the best. It is the one at the very bottom. All right, so here you have shade 5, and here it's the box. So you can see, very different from the coloring on the box on the outside. So already here, we're gonna go ahead and just swatch shade 4. Again, a lot darker than I expected. Where can I put shade 4? I'm going to put shade 4. Let's put shade 4 right here. There you have it. So when I was looking at the reviews, there was only 12 reviews. Some of the people said that they liked it. Some said that they hated it. One lady said that she actually used it underneath her eyes and she didn't mind it. As far as the exterior packaging goes, I definitely will say that it is very far off from what's the actual shades. So for primer, I'm going to go ahead and prime the skin really quickly. I'm going to use their Benefit Professional. So I do find that this gives me a little bit more of a mattifying finish, plus it also does a really good job at kind of minimizing all my pores. I'm like kind of debating if I want to use it as a concealer also underneath my eyes. Obviously it's not intended for it, but I figured if you're somebody that's using this kind of like an all over, just a quick get up and go, you might just apply foundation all over your face. I don't know. They did say it was a natural finish also, so that leads me to believe that this may not be the best foundation. If you have some serious like stuff to hide, you may have to go in with a couple layers. That's number 5. That's number 6. Let's do number 4 just for fun. Okay, so definitely number 4 is too light. That's obvious. I think I'm going to try number 5. If it's not dark enough, I may mix it with number 6, but I know number 7 is going to be way too dark. Yeah, there's number 7, 5, 6, 4. So I'm going to go in with definitely number 5. I'm a little bit nervous on how long this is going to wear. I'm going to also wear this again this weekend. So I'm going to put a little bit of an updated information, like how many times I wore it, what I tried it with, and how well it worked. So for those of you guys that are wanting to get more than just like a first impression, because first impression foundations could be very difficult to decide if they're going to work or not. But that information will be down below for you guys if you guys want to read a little bit more about it. All right, so that is one layer, and I'm actually impressed by how well that covered, and I don't have any concealer underneath or anything. This one is starting to break up a little bit on my nose, but my nose is a little bit more dry. So that just leads me to believe immediately that if you have any dryness, please moisturize. Yeah, it's caking right here. So this is layer number 2. Most of it is covered. Can you see that? Like, you can see a little bit of my darkness peeking through right in here, just a little bit over here, but my forehead is basically all one color. I'm gonna go ahead and just apply a little bit of concealer underneath my eyes really quickly. Go ahead and just set underneath my eyes really quickly. I am using a pressed powder to set everything. I'm going to be taking the Hello Happy powder foundation. This is in the shade number 5. Can you see like where I didn't set it? That's how oily it feels right now without it. Definitely. So here's what it looks like with scarring, texture, and with an active pimple. This one's the only one that's active right now, and this one. I could definitely tell you just looking at it. Let me pull my mirror up closely. Because of how much powder I have on it, I definitely need to put a little bit of like some MAC Fix Plus or something to settle it, because my pores are still very prominent. But it's actually not, once I set the powder on it, it doesn't look like it's clinging to my nose area, and my chin area actually looks fabulous today. But I'll definitely take a picture in natural light so you guys can see. So what time is it? It is 11:19. There you go. It's 11:19 right now. I'm gonna go ahead, finish up my makeup, do some stuff, make lunch, get everything ready, and then I will check back with you guys probably around 3:30 or so. That'll be around, 4 hours, so you guys can see what it looks like. So I'll see you guys in a while. All right, so we are in for our second check-in. I'm gonna do one more, which will be at the end of this evening. But right now it is 4:47. It was 4:46, but this is what it looks like. So I went ahead and I did my makeup. I've been editing and just keeping inside the house mostly. I feel like my face didn't get very oily here until the last hour when I started making dinner. I could definitely feel like myself start to sweat. I probably should have used a mattifier, but it is what it is. But everything is actually holding on pretty well. As far as my nose goes, I'm actually quite surprised. It is starting to slowly break up. Now that my oils are starting to seep through, everything's starting to break up right here. And then it's now starting to settle into my fine lines. I'm gonna go ahead and just blot, because I definitely wanna see if I can salvage this, because I would assume that in any normal situation, you guys would probably blot your skin throughout the day anyways. So I'm just gonna use, these are the Fenty Beauty sheets. It is starting to break up just right in this area, I can tell. Could be because I am moving it around with the sheets, but. So I'm just gonna go in with this brush. It has just like residual powder from earlier today. I'm not gonna get any new powder, but I'm just gonna see if I can apply some powder on top of it and kind of clean it up a little bit. So we're gonna take a walk this afternoon. So I'm definitely gonna put it to the test because it is kind of muggy out. But yes, that is how I'm looking. So I will see you guys all in a few hours. Finally doing our check-in. It is 8:42. Let's see. I did go out and go running. Not running. Let me rephrase. I didn't go running. I went walking with the kids. They rode their bikes. I went walking with them, and it was pretty muggy and humid, and I definitely broke a sweat. So I know for a fact I've been sweating quite a bit. So I'm actually noticing that it is starting to break up pretty well. For me not putting a mattifier on my skin, I'm actually quite impressed with it. I'd be interested to see what it would look like if I added a mattifier to see if it would hold up a little bit better. But I definitely think just like with everything breaking through and like, your natural oils and stuff, it's definitely starting to fall apart. It's definitely something that after 9 hours, it definitely looks like you have cakey makeup on your face, but it's not as bad as some other foundations. And honestly, the fact that it's a stick foundation and it held up as long as it did, I'm very surprised. The only con to this, number one, is that the shade selection is very terrible. It's only 12 shades. I hate that. I think though that had I not blotted and like repowdered, this would have been a hot mess. So I'm very happy I did. This is actually something I probably would wear again, and I think using the right combination might honestly work really well. So you guys let me know if you guys have seen this foundation yet and what your thoughts are on it. I really want Benefit to expand their shade range. That's the one thing that just I need them to expand on, is their shade range, because they only have 12 shades right now and they really need to just you know, open it up a little bit more. Well, I appreciate you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys liked this video, make sure you give a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. I will see you guys all in my next video, and I will talk to you guys all later. If you guys haven't seen any of my nudist videos, they are right here, so make sure to head over and check them out, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.